have reached.
Please leave your message for...
Yeah, we don't need to know your phone number. I'll give him one more call. See if he answers.
Yo.
Hey, welcome to the Flameman 1188's post-game show of the final match of the Nova Marvel Snap League. I am your host as always, and we've got Ryan here with us. Ryan, this is the second post-game we've ever done. Why don't we talk about that game real quick?
I don't even want to talk about it.
You don't?
I'm done. You know what? This league needs a reform. That's what I think. You could call me a radical. You could say what you need. This league needs a reform because now I'm stuck with a deck that I think in theory would work, but no. That is disappointing to just get smacked up.
No, Ryan. You know what happened though?
I know what happened.
It was that morph.
It doesn't matter because I couldn't play half the stuff the way I thought I could. This whole deck needs to be trashed.
Well,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, you're gonna be swapping it out for sure. We're gonna reset for season 1, so you are gonna have more knowledge than like John or Josh or Blake. You know, they haven't had the experience that we have in this kind of league, so you're gonna have that kind of advantage for sure. You can make a similar deck. You can make a completely different deck. It's up to you. But I think you are rating your deck way lower than you should be. First of all. Second, that was a cool game. At first, I was like, a little worried because I know you got Cosmo and Goose, and both those are just very scary cards for my deck. I run a lot of high-level cards and cards where I need the effects, so that was scary.
The whole point is to be able to have like a Rhino in there, kind of style flotation I don't like. First of all,
right.
Doctor Strange to move a card that I'm like, okay, they'll be better over here. I got those little texts like kind of covered. And
right.
Goose and Cosmo, keep the heavies in your hand. You can't really drop your own reveals, and then I drop Morph to steal the heavies that you have to keep in your hand.
Right.
It doesn't treat me right. So,
dude,
that was not fun. I'm gonna be honest.
To be honest, dude, what I had in my hand, if Morph had gone for something else, it would have been a way different game. That came down to bad RNG on your part. I was about to leave that game, and then it turned into Venom and killed the Goose, and I was like, well, now the Goose is gone, I can actually play. That's what it was. If that turned into any other card in my hand, I would have probably just quit that match, or quit that round and tried for another match. I was really nervous that you were gonna have a comeback win here for the whole thing. Because it was looking that bad. You can go watch my video. If that morph turned into something else, that would have been really bad for me.
No, but this is just embarrassing, Zach.
No.
I've just gotten smacked by everybody.
Okay, the one where I left, what were you going to play on the right there? You there? Hello? What we are experiencing some technical call failed. Yeah, no, I got that. Call failed. Is it my phone? The fuck? I'm on the Wi-Fi. What the fuck? It's not even calling him now. What?
Please leave your message.
What the fucky? It's not even ringing now. Is he on the phone with fake Zack?
Please leave.
What the fuck? What happened to my phone? Yeah, let's try again. It's not even ringing now. What the fuck?
Please leave your...
Just want to see what else that Venom... What it could have turned into. Wait, where's the game? Yeah, it's gotta be this one.
Please leave your message for...
What the fuck happened to my phone? So when he played Morph... Oh, wait, it's already... Okay, so here it is. Here's the Morph. If it became Arnim Zola... Can we make this smaller? This is weird. I'm just like replacing myself. Okay, if it became... There we go. If it became Arnim Zola, it would have copied either the Goose or the Zero Mysterio. How does that work? Because this is the real one. So would it have been the real one at both? That would have been good for him. Alright, he's going to call him back in a second. The Goose over here would have been great. He would have been clogged, so he would have lost that location. But it would have been down to these two. And if he's going to be thrown over the... my service drops when I try to call. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was weird.
This was like dropping every time I went to use to make a call.
Same.
Weird.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking at the play right now for when you played Morph. I had in my hand Arnim Zola, Taskmaster, Venom, Storm, and Wave. Literally anything else would have been better for you. You got the 1 in 5, which is a 20% chance of it being something bad for you.
Yeah, but I'm still in a position where it's 2 cubes defending against like 10.
You can chip away my 2 cubes.
Everybody.
Well, I was wondering why you stayed in that first game, or is it the second game? The second game was like... The first game was worth 4. You didn't snap. I snapped.
Yeah, I don't know.
The second game you should not have stayed in. That's why I felt like... I was like, is he throwing the game here?
No.
And then the third one...
So I play it through, because I don't know. Because all my other decks online... I've had games where it's like I don't win a single location all game, and then I have my play and my setup to where I can come back and then win all 3 or win myself too. So it's like, man.
Well, the problem with my deck, like fighting me, is my deck is very high power, and you don't have Shang-Chi. Alex is the only person with Shang-Chi. So unless you're gonna get high power too, you gotta leave. You were able to stop me with Cosmo and Goose if you have them both down at different lanes. So your first game, it was a little weird. You put them together because I could easily play around that, where I just play on the other two, and if I go for the other two, I'm gonna win. But if you put them at 2 different ones, that really hinders me, especially if I can't even play at the third one anyway. You know. Yeah. And I thought it was funny. I also got a Cosmo from the Triskelion, and I was about to put him on the left lane, and I was like, nah, it's fine. And then you put Hobgoblin. You would have kept the Hobgoblin. That would have been so awful. Anyway.
My boy Cosmo don't do me dirty like that.
Mine would have done you dirty like that. So the second game, the more cards I'm able to kill, I can put down Death for, less. And that's what I was able to do. That's a high power card.
It's the Nightcrawler, bro.
Oh yeah. That first game.
Poke him. Pop.
What the fuck? It keeps fucking failing. What is going on? Now it's just not gonna ring. Oh, he's trying to FaceTime me. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, dude.
Alright, so I'm looking at the first game. I think if you had spread out the Cosmo and the Goose, you would have been way better off. But also, I wasn't sure how that one was going to go. I was
real quick, just to let you know, my phone is at 2%. My friend is using my charger right now. So
of course.
He's probably going to die during the conversation.
Alright.
Continue.
My point is just, had you played a little bit differently, the games would have been way more in your favor. And then the third game, I was scared, and I think you would have won, so I retreated. Were you about to win?
Well, the thing is, like, sometimes I'll sit there and look at it, and I'm like, okay, I think I got something cooking up right and then it ends up to be nothing because my hand doesn't play the way I want it, or it doesn't get drawn the way I need it to, and it's like, yeah, I can play cards, but I feel like inevitably I was gonna lose with the cards I had. Like
Do you remember? Here, I'm gonna flip it around. And I'll show you. Do you remember what you were gonna play with Sandman here?
No. At that point, Sandman's my last resort to stop you from just like final stacking and just dropping a bunch of cards on me.
Which is good with death, because if I want to go the death route, then I can't play anything else. But
yeah.
you have no idea what you had in your hand at this point.
I can go to my videos and check on my phone.
Okay, well, yeah, when you upload yours, I'll check it out. But I was just curious, because I'm pretty sure you were about to win this one, so I retreated and took the 1 cube. And then the fourth game... Yeah, the fourth game, you just got super unlucky. That really sucks, but I don't blame you. Oh, I think his phone died. My point is, I don't think his deck is bad at all. The Quake is a questionable choice, and the Mysterio Mind Games are good, but I don't think he needs it. I mean, I guess it's good because of the Cosmo and Goose don't stop Mysterio at all. He's not on reveal, and he's not too high in cost. So, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Bro, I'm calling you from the freaking Apple Watch, man. Phone's dead. Calling you from a watch.
Oh, I didn't know that worked. Anyway, first game, I think you did really well, and it was close. But if you had spread out Goose and Cosmo, you would have been better off. Second game, I don't know why you stayed. You definitely should have left that one. Third one, I think you had me, so I left. And then fourth one, you got really unlucky, and that's it.
Yeah, but like, listen.
Overall, the deck-wise, I don't know why you picked Quick.
With the league, I think we should do like one more solid like draft from scratch again for like, you know, the official start when we're not like, you know, still figuring stuff out, and then continue on by adding new cards and not restarting the draft every season.
So my idea is what you're saying, right?
Basically, yeah. Like I just want to kind of like, I want to change all this out, but you know.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have one more little test season where we're just gonna add on 4 more cards each. We're gonna play against each other. We're gonna establish all the rules, everything. And then we're going to restart completely and go with those same rules restarted. And every season we'll add on 2 or 4 cards per deck. So if you don't like your deck in season 1... Okay, if you don't like your deck right now, it's going to be completely changed anyway. Don't worry about it. Just think about what you want to do differently later on. If you don't like your deck in season 1, draft new cards so that way you can kind of make multiple decks. It'll really trip up your opponents into how they'll play against you, and it'll also just give you some variety. You'll enjoy being able to do more than just a one deck every time. I mean, we have 2 change options, and that's it. But realistically, I'm looking at your list right now. I didn't see your Quake all game. I didn't see your Doctor Strange. I didn't see your Leech or Ronin. I'm assuming you didn't bring Quake, and I'm not sure who was the other one that you didn't bring.
I didn't bring Leech. I was gonna bring. It was either him or Hobgoblin.
Ah, you definitely should have ran Leech against me. I need all my effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the Doctor Strange is the other one you should have left home. I don't even understand why you picked Quake, because you've got Rhino. Quake is such a, like, interesting card, but not a good card, to be honest. Season 1, do not pick him, okay?
Yeah.
Or her. Pick her, whatever the fuck. Let's get rid of this. So for the next season, for like season 0 part 2, do you have any ideas for what you want to draft to change up your deck a bit, but not too much?
I'm gonna have to keep that confidential.
But you do have some ideas. I don't want to hear them. I just want to hear that you have ideas.
I got at least one idea.
Okay, I want you to come up with 6. I think that's a good 2 backup plan for your 4 drafts.
Well, I mean, like I got a plan on how I can set my deck up, like archetype speaking.
Okay. Yeah, because right now you're a mostly disrupt Ronin deck. I think those are your big ones. So.
And I found no good opportunities to pull Ronan out either. Like, there's other opportunities where I'm like, I think I should be playing this here, and it's like...
Well, I think the problem with that is we don't have that many cards at the moment. We only have 14, so that's only 2 cards you don't bring in. Your deck is not as Ronin-centered as it could be. Ronin's way better when you can get the, Sandman out early, so you would need Wave, Psylocke, or Electro for that. I have Wave. I feel like somebody picked Psylocke. So that leaves, you got to pick up Electro in the draft, or you got to go a different route completely. Korg is a great card for putting cards in the opponent's deck, so that'd be a fantastic pick. Like, if you want some recommendations, I would say Korg is a good pick for your deck, because you're going to put cards in their deck, which is going to be good for Ronin, so they're going to have cards that they're not going to want to play, so that means more likely more cards in their hand. But also, just that disrupt factor of that rock getting drawn instead of something key that they need. Who's the other one? Rock Slide is that another one. He'll put 2 in there, so I feel like Korg and Rock Slide should be on your list. At least Korg, because he's such an early card that you can play on. I get the Rock Slide's
Rock Slide.
Huh?
I don't have Rock Slide.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do Rock Slide because he's just not as good as Korg being that early play. Rock Slide's stronger, but he's turn 4. Oh, that sucks you didn't get him at all because he was the Christmas special and pull 3. You might have him in like a week when we start. I feel like Doctor Strange isn't great in your deck, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. Quake is a waste. You should probably pick up Korg. What else is there that would be really good for a Disrupt deck?
We can trade and stuff right now, right?
Oh, absolutely. Is there anything that you were looking to get from me?
I don't know about you specifically. I don't know what you have.
You don't know what I have?
But I think we should... I know this is funny, but we should make a separate group chat and just call it the trading block. And we could just throw, like, trade cards that we want to trade up in there. And then we can just answer them from the chat. And then,
well, I was... It's sad, but I was thinking about having another chat for that free agent thing that I was talking about. Did you read up on that?
No, but I think you were just telling me.
Oh, I don't think I told you about it. So the free agent idea is, like in football, not every single player is drafted to a team. There are players that are not on any team, and they can be picked up by a team at any point during the season. So it's basically that idea. We have a lot of cards that nobody picked. Brood is one example. Nobody picked him. So he's available, but we shouldn't be able to just pick it up randomly. So my idea was that each card is worth its cost. So, example, your Morph is worth 3 points. So you can trade him to the league, which means anyone can use him if they buy him, and then you can buy something worth 3 points. So you can get 3 1s, you can get a 2 and a 1, you can get a 3. That's up to you.
Okay.
So that way you can add some variety to your deck, and maybe somebody else will want your Morph because you don't want it. I think it's going to add a lot of options. It'll help out with that, you know, mid-season you're feeling like, man, my deck sucks. I really regret my picks. So fucking trade them away. But let's say nobody wants your cards. Then you give them to the league, and you get points for them. And then if somebody else wants it, they could pick it up later on, or you could just, nobody can have it. But we haven't made that an official rule. I just suggested it as an idea to kind of help things out a bit. Because I don't want to restart every single season. I think that's stupid. But I also understand that, like, you know, maybe you regret a pick and nobody else wants it. That sucks, but it shouldn't be the complete, like, end of your season. So it'll buy you some time. I don't know if everyone's gonna agree with that rule or how we'll do it, but that's just an idea.
That honestly seems a lot more reasonable, because then it's like it'll help us like kind of get through the collection a little bit more without having to draft all those cards.
Yeah. Well, if we are going to be doing 8 people when season 1 starts, and if we are going to do similar to this, we are going to eventually run out of cards. So I'm going to just keep an eye on things, try to keep all the rules in mind and how Marvel's releasing cards in mind, and what else would be good for your deck? You ever think about picking up Professor X?
No.
You can lock down a location so that way your opponent can't play there anymore?
No, I I didn't really think about the old grandpa in the wheelchair.
I think he might be pretty good. I'll be honest with you, I am looking at him too, though, so, you know. He's a very anti-Jesus deck card. So I was thinking about picking him up.
Yeah, Alex took Shang-Chi and Wong, so it's like...
Yep.
This man.
Yep. I feel like your deck doesn't have a ton of power. You've got Ronin.
No,
Ronin can stack, and that's like it.
Yeah.
Have you thought about like picking up a Giganto or something like that?
Maybe, but like I said, I have a plan.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Next season.
If you need any tips, I'm always available. I have a crazy strategic mind, and I love helping people and stuff. So yeah, there's a few things I think you can pick up here. I'm looking through right now.
Yeah, about to say I have some cards in mind.
Good. I would try to just have 6 in mind.
And listen, right now I even have a league advisor. Okay, so listen, we got things going.
Is that Blake helping you?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. And that's actually really good. For when he joins, he'll have, you know, better knowledge of the league than just nobody.
Yeah, you guys better be ready. This man Blake, he's no joke. He's not no noob coming in here. He's about to come in here with like some hot fire, I promise you.
Well, cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
He's about to come stir it up. So.
Yeah, whenever
yeah.
we can have him and everyone on, Josh and John join in like a month or two once we get this season 0 squared away. Sounds like fun.
Yep.
I'll be honest, I am nervous about the season 1 draft because we are going to be starting from scratch again, and I like my deck a lot. It's a very fun deck. But alright, buddy.
Well, that's part of it. That's part of it.
Well, it's only part of it right now, but it won't be ever again. We're going to do a season 1 draft, and then that's your deck. You know, you can add more cards.
Yeah, sorry, I hate to cut us short, but it's 11 o'clock.
That's fine. I was about to hang up. Any last words you want to throw into the interview here?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. Come by Domino's Pizza. We got a mix and match special, $6.99 each, 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas. All right.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
Peace out. Stay safe. Good night.
Always. See ya. Ooh, I almost called him again trying to hang up. All right. We'll see if I regret winning on purpose. Fun all around.